Yo, hello everybody. No future, can you hear me?
Yes, you're coming in loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're looking great. Got the godlike eyes, big smile, a
This
little bit of
PRM
blush.
works so well. I have such a big smile right now, and it's like reflecting it. I love that.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate what they can do. Um, yep. So if anybody hasn't met, do you have a name for your little gotchi yet? I know you're going to get your real gotchi here maybe by next week. We'll see. Maybe 2 weeks from now. So it's on the way. In the meantime, you have this cute little godlike eye gotchi. So I will get mine soon too. But want to welcome everybody to the show. We're hanging out midweek with the Aavegotchi gang. And today we'll take the next 20, 30 minutes and just give you that quick rundown of everything going on with Aavegotchi that you need to know. There's always a lot happening. And we'll also look ahead, into some big things that you want to be participating in. You should be aware of the alpha, so to speak. And TLDR on that, it's going to be with HyperPlay. There's a lot of big news coming out of our partners at HyperPlay, and Aavegotchi is set up stronger than anybody to really enjoy their gaming platform and their newly announced credit system. So it's kind of a point system that they're just initiating and just announced hours ago. So we're going to want to be a big part of it. But before we get into that, this last week was kind of a big one. No Future, your sub handle is Music City GotchiGang. So I assume that means you're at least in the area of Nashville, Tennessee. Would that be a fair guess?
Yeah, I'm in East Nashville, so I'm about 2.5 miles away from downtown Nashville. So I'm like right in the middle of it, like very close.
Okay. So you're right there. You're Music City GotchiGang. And that means I guess there was some kind of little get together or meetup or something in Nashville this last week.
Yeah, a little get together. We had like a former president, like Elon just wrecked the whole predictive markets because people thought he was going to stop in. And then Michael Saylor was here. Yeah, a little get together. It was amazing.
Yeah, a couple big names there. I guess Bitcoin 2024. And if you're looking forward to next year's version of this is the biggest Bitcoin gathering of the year. I did notice that they announced next year they're moving to another city. And I don't know if you caught that, but it seems like a good place to go, Las Vegas. So
Ooh.
May 27 next year, maybe GotchiGang needs to get some tickets. We could show up. If you have some Bitcoin in your wallet, why not? So how was it for you, No Future? I think despite it being the Bitcoin's biggest event of the year, there's plenty of room for GotchiGang and maybe some other projects too. I saw you were running all over the city.
Yeah, like generally the vibes were very high. People from all over, like different blockchains were there. QuickSwap and LDA kind of announced like ZK BTC, which is going to be on Polygon, like a zero knowledge BTC like roll up, a CDK. So it's like now our EVM side can have some exposure to the Bitcoin side without having to do all the extra work of new wallets and like bridging and all this other stuff. So it's very interesting. And the Bitcoin audience is a little older. They're a little more grizzled. They've been out there. They've had the conviction, right? And you're here with all these maxis, but they were so joyous. Like I've got to really connect in an awesome way with the Nashville Entrepreneur Center. I skipped the hangout to go there Saturday because they have a thing there that's called the Bitcoin Startup Labs, and they're like native to Nashville. It's like 3 miles from my house, so it's like I need to like network and get to know these people because even though they're Bitcoin people, as I told them about all the utility that we have, like over here on the EVM side, specifically with Aavegotchi, Orium Network, and like, my friends on AVAX, there was a lot of interest. So it's like this maximalism is almost breaking down because, before the Bitcoin homies thought all the DeFi over on the EVM looked kind of scammy, but now there's like developments of DeFi on Bitcoin. And it's like, all right, we get this, we could see it now. So very, very joyous experience, like just to meet this new community, these like grizzled like OGs who've had conviction and stuck around. Like you and Dan are some of those. You've been here for a long time, so it's like it's cool to see, to be in the presence of these people who like got it before everybody else got it.
I am absolutely grizzled, and I will take that as a badge of honor. So thank you, little No Future Aavegotchi. It's true. I think that's very similar to the experience I had. I went to the Bitcoin 2022, 2021, in Miami. They were in Miami for a couple years there, and yeah, I was surprised at how like much overlap there is. The maxi part is like obviously a thing, but it's okay. Like we got Aavegotchi maxis too, right? So everybody's got to have some maxis. But all right, so you got together. You also met some GotchiGang there. I remember hearing about you meeting with one of our most OG community members, Mr. Little. There's so many Littles out there. Which Little was it? It wasn't Little Bubble. I think it was Little
Pump. Also, shout out to Dead Polaroid. I met Dead Polaroid. I've known about him for a long time, and he's like in Tennessee, but I never had a chance to meet him. But same party, I met Dead Polaroid, so like very, very excited for that.
I know he's really. I think he helped make that all happen. That introduction to Little Pump, if I recall correctly. He's like super into that scene. It's his industry. So very cool that he was there. I haven't talked to him in a couple of years. Time flies. Dead Polaroid's awesome. So shout out. And really cool that Pump was there. He seemed very friendly. Like you had your Ray-Ban like stream going, and it looked like you just walked up to him, and there was no sound, so we don't know what was said. Do you have any alpha for us? Was he like? Yeah.
I knew the person next to him is another influencer. Her name is Profits Over Wages. I actually at ETH Denver gave her the green godlike sweater, Aavegotchi sweater. So she said that when she does streams, she's eventually, once it's colder because she's in LA, she's gonna rock it on the streams. So I saw her, and me and her are friends, like we follow each other. So I was like, I'm gonna take a shot, like why not? And I walked up to him and I touched him on the shoulder. I'm like, hey, I'm GotchiGang, and I pointed to my Music City GotchiGang jersey, which had an Aavegotchi on it, like old school Aavegotchi. And he saw it, and he goes, "Oh!" And I gave him a pound, and then I walked away because I figured, he's a busy man. But he saw the post later and then followed me. So he's like, this week has been weird. Like I've been getting followed by celebrities, and it's like this simulation makes no sense. Like that we've had this crazy crossover with these celebrities, but it's happening.
Yeah, that's awesome. We always found him very sincere, so I'm not too surprised that after the party he looked you up or saw that tweet and it was like, yeah, I'll follow No Future. Heck yeah. So I see a future collaboration there between No and Lil Pump, maybe. Who knows, guys?
I would push FaZe on him first. FaZe is far more talented. Him and Ben Lagan, and because they already made a song, him and Thrax, so they might as well collaborate, right? Go full force.
In terms of raw musical talent, FaZe should definitely be in that mix. That would be incredible. So, well, very cool. I don't know if we can get our producers to screen share Goobs' recent tweet. He always does a great rundown of like all the things going on in Gotchi land. And Little Pump is in this thread. Let's see. We covered Little Pump and these 3D Gotchis that are coming out. There's one of my particular Gotchi, so I'm thrilled. Z-Bot, the master, the Picasso of Aavegotchi, of not just Aavegotchi but like crypto art in general. Yeah, there it is. There's Little Pump, and then look at those things, 3D printed, hand painted Aavegotchis, just down to the finest detail. These were made really to celebrate the 4-year anniversary of Z-Bot designing the first Aavegotchi. 4 years, so really cool to see that. And if we keep going, there's let's see, more work on the Gotchiverse, which is coming. So I know a lot of people that are following our weekly calls are really interested in the Gotchiverse conversation. Stick around. We're going to talk about Gotchiverse in particular to close out the show today. Got some cool updates and different things happening with Gotchiverse development as we head towards Gotchi Chain. So a little bit of news on that front, a little alpha for you guys. And now let's get into the big news. So, No Future, did you see the headlines coming out of HyperPlay? And we'll introduce what HyperPlay is a bit, but it's one of the key gaming platforms in crypto. A lot of the best games are already on there. I think they just crossed 100 games on the HyperPlay platform. So this is like crypto's Steam, I guess, Epic Games. But they just had a big news announcement. So, No Future, are you up on the latest?
Yeah, I saw that Gotchi Guardians was part of this launch, and at some point, I think I saw a thing from Coder Dan saying like number 7 download, like on their plate. Play Hub and stuff. So we do have a couple different things that have come out from them. They're doing their HyperPlay quest and playing Gotchi Guardians. You can take part in that. There's like ways that you can earn, kind of a play to earn thing over there. And yeah, the Game 7 stuff, which I'm not sure if that's separate from HyperPlay or associated, but another awesome thing that's happening.
Right. So my loose understanding is Game 7 and HyperPlay are very, very related. The HyperPlay kind of came out of Game 7, and Game 7 is obviously one of the most prominent gaming DAOs, gaming organizations in the world. So that's where HyperPlay has its origins. And so, yeah, that's really big. And what this means is this, I think they're calling it a credits campaign, is going to be, oh, look at that beautiful shot of Guardians. Guardians just went live just in time for this campaign, and this makes the second Aavegotchi game that is on HyperPlay. So I think we're going to be one of the only, if not the only, games studios that has 2 games involved in this credits campaign. So you can play Spirit Force Arena, you can play Gotchi Guardians, and GotchiGang. If you're already playing those games and you're downloading them and straight from Aavegotchi.com, we love that. We appreciate you. But if you're playing or thinking about playing more, you might as well. The alpha is go download it, go sign up at HyperPlay, and play there, because you're going to get all these credits. So at least in the short term, it's like, why wouldn't you, have a great time playing our Aavegotchi games and double dip and enjoy these credits from Game 7. So yeah, you can see here, they just announced this. And this is our most significant launch and most exciting reward distribution to date. Complete quest and win credits. And I believe the quest for both of our games is rather simple. It's a daily login type of streak. So if you can just commit to playing the games, I think it's like 3 or 5 days in a row, then you're going to be able to earn a bunch of these Game 7 credits. So, like, why wouldn't you do that? That seems like a good deal for me. And I'll be playing over on HyperPlay from here.
The alpha is like, I have SFA and Gotchi Guardians downloaded regular. I need to go to HyperPlay. I need to download both these games and then kind of play them as I do and earn some credits, complete some quests, and then, see what happens, right?
That's exactly right. So, and here's the new trailer that came out with the listing on HyperPlay. So you can see what the game's about. Probably the coolest multiplayer tower defense game ever made. No joke. It's like insane. So yeah, get this download, but get it on HyperPlay. Get your HyperPlay account going. And I'm really excited because I think, we're kind of in like pre-launch. Like, we're going to really push these games ourselves when we're live with our own chain. And these are still actively being developed. But so everybody playing now is like really early, and we haven't done the big marketing push, the big like user adoption push yet. But this is kind of a precursor to that, and we get a much, much larger test audience by seeing all the Game 7, all the HyperPlay players coming through and coming in to play our games and get these credits. So I think it's a really good win-win scenario for everybody. And soon enough, we'll be doing even more of this with our own chain. And so I cannot share any big updates on that specific, like new specifics today, but I did see some chat in the Discord. No future, you probably see this all the time, right? Like, people are like, where's the chain? Where's the chain? We want the Gotchi chain. And it's really just been, there's a lot of partners, a lot of collaboration that takes place to make a blockchain launch, even a layer 3. And it's really just like ink drying on paper at this point. Like, we just have to do all that negotiating, front load all that boring stuff, and lock in exact terms and get it signed. So I think there's something literally sitting in my inbox right now that I need to go review word by word, comma by comma, and hopefully I can sign it. And then we'll be in a really good spot for some news in the very near future. But have no fear, the in terms of what we're building, how it's being built, when it can be ready, all of that has been set up. We're just just prepping the table at this point. So feeling very, very positive about it. Very excited to share everything we've worked on with this layer 3 with the world. And I think people are going to be really surprised at what's coming. It's us, we never do it generic. It's going to be something special and something that hopefully solve some industry problems that exist that we see emerging or already in the space quite prevalently. we're going to try to address some of those in our own Aavegotchi way. And I think everybody's trying to break through and get the best UX with the best incentives and everything else to bring the players in. We're going to take our crack at that very soon, and I'm very bullish on our approach. We got a question here, No Future. It's look at you. You can do the full turn. Look at that, Gotchi. Test Neptune, yes. I would say the short answer to that is yes. We want to get testnet is very important because we have a large ecosystem on Polygon. We have an ecosystem that's burgeoning and growing on Base. We need to be able to safely migrate key smart contracts, like our P2P marketplace, the Bazaar. That has to be able to move over safely, securely to layer 3. So to do that, we're going to need a robust, accurate testnet. And so yeah, that's coming very soon. All right, so yeah, what else? Is there any more on the HyperPlay front we need to cover? I think that was pretty much it, right? Like, the games to play, make sure you're playing them on HyperPlay, and we're going to see where these credits go. I don't know if we have all the details on it, but usually if there's a system like this out from a reputable leader in the industry like Game 7, why wouldn't you want to be a part of it? So that's my thinking on it. Also, if you want to follow along on these, No Future, other than our wonderful stream where you're more or less chit-chat and have coffee, we've been doing a lot of Aavegotchi streams. You're co-hosting another one with, I believe, Carla, right? Every week.
Yeah, it's Carla's involved. Thrax is always there, and it's on Fridays. We do SFA, and we have a good old time. It's always a blast. We interview, like last week we had Darya and I forgot the other gentleman. I can't pronounce his name, but we played some games, and we had like a just good perspective conversation on their approach to designing these games, but also like their background and how they like led here. Like one of them was a doctor before being an SFA and doing 3D design. So it's amazing. Real quickly though, before we pivot, I'd like to give a little more details on Game 7, the credits, because there's just a little more information. It can be earned directly on Game 7 DAO platform or on HyperPlay, preferably HyperPlay. Go over there. There's a campaign going on. It's attract and rewarded contributions. You want to complete the 7-day streaks for bonus rewards, and this campaign will last for 6 weeks, and it started today. So you have some time, friends. Just make sure you're in there. 7-day streaks. You got 6 of them. So go for it.
All right, 6 weeks. That's key. You got to know how long these things go. They're never indefinite. So good call out on that. Let's get in there, and I'm re-downloading Gotchi Guardians today. I'm going to be playing on HyperPlay.
Are the Web3 integrations still the same? Like if I want to play and duel people on base in Battle Royale, can we do that via HyperPlay?
Yes, great question. Yeah, everything is the same. It's 1-to-1. The experience is exactly what you expect. So that's probably a reason a lot of people may hesitate and have questions about that. So great question. Better answer, right? That's the answer you want.
Yeah, that's the answer I want.
Yeah, it's good. There are some other games going on in the space right now with Gotchis that are also kicking major butt. Is Battler over? Is today the last day? We should be really close to the 100K Ghost Battler tournament concluding, or we may have some finals. I guess the reason more people might be interested, even if you're not playing, we just got support for Ghost Token on the new betting platform, the new prediction market over on Base. And apparently you can make, thanks to Light Piglet's leading the charge, he's one of the curators. And so now we can actually follow Gotchi Battler results and make our own predictions. So I have not been able to jump in and do that yet. I just heard about this. Maybe you know more, No Future, but I'm excited to try that out. I think that sounds like the exact kind of thing I need to be doing all summer long.
Yeah, I've read a little bit about it, like the whole betting platform. I'm looking at the Gotchi Battler 100K Ghost Rarity Farming Season 8 tournament. It is still live. There are 1,100 teams that entered. So out of all the tournaments that we've done this the 4 tournaments we've done so far for Major Ghost, this rarity farming season 8, that is by far the most teams, which is pretty epic. So I don't know. I'm trying to see, I guess the championship round, they're at the end, probably very end of the tournament. I'm sure Grim or Dr. Wagme is in there, but we'll see.
So this is really cool. All right, so the tournament's ongoing. There's more competition, lots of ghosts to give away. And it's on this prediction market I mentioned. It's called Limitless.exchange. So maybe throw that up on the screen, or people can just write that down. Limitless.exchange. And you go to the markets, and there's Aavegotchi questions from the curator Light Piglet. And one example is, it says, will Snowfro beat Aavegotchi 1? And these are 2 community members that are still in the tournament. And as of today, what does this mean? We've got it looks like almost $400 in volume on this particular bet. So that's it. If I'm reading this right, that's pretty crazy. And I don't know the result of it. Maybe it's already happened. I'm learning how to read this, but I'm going to get to know this. This looks awesome. Limitless.exchange. Can't wait for more things to bet on. I'm like, are they going to? Yeah, there it is. What else would they start predicting on Aavegotchi? Like, is Gotchi Chain going to launch before X date? Is No Future going to get a follow from Little Pump and Michael Saylor?
Yeah, Michael Saylor's a tougher one, but maybe Jesse and Coder Dan gonna have to do this golden dance. Did you see those proposals that were on the snapshot about you doing the Macarena or something like that with Coder Dan?
No, I did not see this. This must come from last Saturday's conversation at the Hangout. We leaked some alpha about dancing in the Gotchiverse. Macarena was used as an example. What are we talking about, though?
I think it was Flame Viper, I'm not gonna lie, but like I got a ping to vote on something, so I went and voted and saw there were like 6 proposals, and some of them were about you and Dan, like DAO funded, making a dance video, like doing a. I didn't even look. I looked at just the title, like Coder Dan Jesse Golden Dance Video, and I was like, I can get behind this. Like, I would throw my ghost behind this, but I don't know if as a DAO we can force that. So the ethics of it, but interesting.
Yeah, right. I am compelled to do this dance video. The DAO has voted.
Will the DAO. I don't know how I sign off on that as a director, but we'll figure it out, right?
Right. And code is law, all of that. That's fascinating.
Yeah, there you go. Golden Dancing Dan 1. There's like 3 or 4 of them that were up. I don't know how. But yeah,
so I just want to make a call out here, like for anybody that's watching this and like not very familiar with our DAO. Very proud of our DAO. We have one of the most OG, most active DAOs in the world, usually tackling very tricky questions around decentralized governance, gaming, funding, parameters of the DAO, stuff like that. This is pretty lighthearted. This is the exception to the rule. This is this is actually pretty specific, though. We've got the composer, the exact beats per minute. Goodness gracious. I will be on the lookout. Thanks for the heads up on this.
Yeah, it's actually wow.
It's actually a really good segue into just wrapping up the show around Gotchiverse. So obviously that DAO vote comes from the Gotchiverse news, and for anyone who missed it, I'll kind of give the recap on this latest feature we're going to bring into the Gotchiverse, which is yes, you'll be able to dance. Yes, you'll be able to like have great meetups and virtual get-togethers. But one part of that is missing from some of our peers is the kind of dynamic like individuality that comes through from a real party. Like when Future goes to a party and he's the only one that can freestyle like live at the party quite seriously, then that's like a unique characteristic, and that's why people are like, oh, I hope New Future's coming here tonight because he's got a lot of charisma, but he's also got like something nobody else can do. And so we want to bring that kind of individuality into the Gotchiverse. And even if it's not like forever skills based on the personality traits, I'm thinking more like the Macarena example. And that example, you're out all day in the Gotchiverse, by one way or another, there's a couple delivery mechanisms. You basically get a game item, a pickup, and that game item, you know, in an action adventure game, would help you win the game by defeating monsters. But we're in a metaverse, so how do you win the metaverse? You get popular at the party, and the best way to do that is to have something cool and unique to bring to the party. So it's the party favors. So these are going to be fun things that can make the party more fun. Social experiences, things like Alchemica fireworks, right? Things that can help make the party more, not just more fun, but more rich, more liquid. So we could do that too, and then dances. So like a dance in a bottle. We're gonna have like dancing juices, and if you can collect a dancing juice, a rare dancing juice that nobody else has, and come to the party, everybody else is doing one of the generic kind of like for everybody dances, and then you're like, let me hop on stage real quick. I got a new animation here nobody else has seen before, and you know, this is the kind of stuff that can be really fresh content, and I think is a kind of a good idea. I haven't seen this in any other metaverses yet, and kind of excited to see Gotchis lead the way on this part. So yeah, I think Alchemica fireworks, that's going to be a big one too. We're working on that actively right now. We want to have all different shapes and sizes. So basically, these can be fun ways to either find Alchemica in the wild, like you just find fireworks laying around, and then the way to actually like collect them is you have to blow them up, and they go everywhere, and you'll probably only get a certain amount of them, but it'll be a lot of fun. The other alternative is you have a bunch of Alchemica and you want to repackage them into creating a firework, and then take it to the party and make everybody happy. So of those two choices, which one do you see yourself being more excited to use in the future? Do you want to pick up random fireworks on the street, or do you want to make fireworks?
I want to make fireworks. If I can make fireworks for people to pick up, even better.
Cool. Hey, there we go. Best of both worlds. Just be like, yeah, scattering them along the parcels. So yeah, so we're cooking on that. I saw some questions in the chat over the weekend. Somebody hadn't been in the Discord for a while. He was catching up and just asking about Gotchiverse. Now that 3D Gotchis are 100% complete, that was another huge thing last week. We're finally done all the wearables. Everything's in the SDK. You can go to Aavegotchi.com and visit the SDK and start dressing them. Yeah, look at that. It's beautiful. All the Gotchis are ready for Unity games of any size and shape as of today. And so the reason I mentioned that was what we were just talking about. Kind of went off track there. But anyway, a lot of stuff to go on, but we were talking about our dad. I need a coffee. So yeah, I don't know, but I guess it's just the fact that we're going to be doing more Gotchiverse stuff in the near future. Oh, the questions in the Discord, right? And they saw these 3D completed wearables. They're like, what do we do next? And is the Gotchiverse at all being worked on? It's like, yeah, we're really deep into development. So be on the lookout for some news on Gotchiverse right around the same time there's news on GotchiChain. They're going to go hand in hand. We want to make this our launch title. As soon as you're on GotchiChain, it would go to reason that you have a beautiful metaverse to experience alongside that. And so a lot of the work that went into Spirit Force is actually setting the stage for Gotchiverse. So if you think of it that way, we've actually been building Gotchiverse for over a year. And a lot of the work that went into all these 3D wearables, not just their visuals, but their animations, their traits, the various things that each unique item can do, all of that is going to carry over and continue in the Gotchiverse. So yeah, that's what I'm most excited about. We're knee-deep in UI development, back-end work, scaling. All of this stuff is happening at the same time with various members of the team. And it's going to be really epic when we pull it all together here in the very near future.
So let me ask real quick, going forward, any new wearables, you guys have the process set up to kind of convert right to 3D immediately, pretty much, right?
Yeah, I mean, immediately is an interesting word. Each of these takes a lot of work. You know, it took a long time to finish them. But yeah, that flow is there. The team is in place. The process is in place. So it's pretty easy, relatively speaking.
Yeah, not immediately.
But,
That's a bad word. It's like you have a process to get it. Yeah.
well, because the DAO just recently had that wearables contest design competition, and I think we've got the latest designs complete now in pixel form, and so it won't be long. We told the team, hey, you just finished all like 250 wearables, and congratulations. Come back next week. We got new ones to work on. So we start over. We do it again, and yeah, we'll go from there. So all of those will also get the 3D support. Anything passed by the DAO.
Excellent. Yes.
Yeah. So I think that's about it for the week. Is there anything else that we got? Betting, we've got HyperPlay.
I'd like to hear more about this merch V2 store coming soon. There's rumors of this. What are we seeing in this merch store potentially?
Good point. So it's a new partner on the back end, first of all. So it's truly a new merch store in that it's going to be more streamlined. The way it works, we're going to be able to offer, I think, more items, and if those items are not popular for any reason, we're going to be able to kind of switch them out and try different things more often. Whereas before it was all manual, it was all bespoke, and then we put a lot of time into an item and then it doesn't go anywhere, and you're like, well, I guess that was a big waste of time. And then so with this, we'll be more experimental. We'll be able to also like do a wider variety of different types of things, like not just clothes, not just stickers, but like almost like a cafe press in a way. Not to like better than cafe press, definitely, but that sense of we can do a lot of different things. So we're really happy to plug into that and work with this team that has really impressed on quality control, design, and all of that good stuff. So should be coming soon. Lost Local is leading the efforts on that. So we'll have to like shake him down or get him to join us for one of these calls and get more info from him very soon. But yeah, I expect something soon. And I know there's not just Aavegotchi, but like with all our games going live now, there'll be some branding and some items for Gotcha Guardians, Spirit Force. So if you're like a big fan of any particular game, we'll also have some really cool limited edition collectibles to pick up for each individual game. So that's also like really exciting to me personally.
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah. Speaking of looking ahead, two things. So if you want more alpha on the merch, you guys know that if you've been to ETH Denver, you know, there are Aavegotchi sweaters that are kind of like I don't know what the right word is, very famous and very, very noticeable from a distance.
They're goated.
So we've done 2 years of that. We've got the original pinks, and then last year was like the godlike green color. There's a new design. It's been completed now. It's still with our original sweater partner. That has not changed. That quality is a really good quality.
Ooh, yeah.
Has not changed. This is the trilogy. This is the Return of the Jedi third year of the sweater. We're going to have some reveal of that very soon, and what I can say is I know where the reveal is going to be. So if you're listening along, just not this week's stream with No Future for Spirit Force, but it's either going to be, it should be next week, next week, and it's going to feature Zbot, our favorite artist. We're doing a whole Zbot themed stream somewhere in the very near future. Be on the lookout for that stream, because I'm pretty confident he's going to be breaking the new sweater on that stream. So announcement of the announcement kind of thing there, but now you know. So very excited for that. And then the other part is I'm traveling this time next week. You can see I'm in a hotel. So we might be taking 1 week off, a little summer vacation. No Future's been running super busy. I'm also going to be a little inconvenient next week with all the travel. So yeah, we will probably meet back here 2 weeks from now. So thank everybody for supporting us and tuning in. And I hope 2 weeks from now when we get back, I won't have to have my face on screen. I want to have an Aavegotchi like No Future, hopefully a custom one. And hopefully No Futures has also got his hard hat and is all snazzy with wearables. So yeah, I look forward to season 2 of our show. I would say the Alpha Hour, but we've only had 2 episodes. So we'll see if we get the green light, right? No Future?
Yeah. Get a second season. We'll get it.
There we go. All right, good stuff. Great seeing you, man. Glad you enjoyed Nashville. I wish I was there. And everybody, hop in our Discord. Join the conversation. There's so much coming with Aavegotchi between the chain, the Gotchiverse, and all these games to play on HyperPlay. If you joined late in the stream, final one takeaway from this week is whether you're already playing our games or not, you should be downloading and playing them on HyperPlay going forward, because at least for the next 6 weeks. Because the next 6 weeks you can get all those credits, and why wouldn't you want to do that? So we'll see you over in HyperPlay and play some games all throughout this the rest of this week and the next 5. And everybody, tune in on No Futures stream this Friday, and I believe there's one just like 12 hours from now for Guardians as well. So we got a lot of games there. We're all going to be playing on HyperPlay. This is HyperPlay week. All right, cool. No Future. You have a good one, sir. Everybody, chilling. See you at the next one. Have a great rest of your summer and your week.
Have a good night. Peace.